Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Chidera Giselle, your creative fashion designer on this channel, and you are welcome to this video. So before we dive right into the business of the day, I would love you to subscribe to this channel if you are not already subscribed. Give this video a huge thumbs up so that YouTube can know that you appreciate this video. Leave a comment about whatever it is I'm going to be saying in this video in the comment section. Share this video so that others can benefit from this video too. Please follow me on Instagram at Dera_Giselle. You're missing out on something big if you're not following me on Instagram. So yeah, without further talk, let us dive right into the business of the day. This video is going to be divided in two parts. Like, this video is telling you why you should not go into fashion designing if you're planning to, and the next part is going to be giving you reasons why you should go into if you must insist, if you decide that this is what you want to do. So guys, I'm a fashion designer. I learned this fashion designing thing. I started learning it sometime in 2016, but because I was still in the university then, it was difficult for me to balance it with learning. So at the end of the day, I eventually got perfect, or let me not use the word perfect because you can never be perfect at anything. I eventually became very skilled. I became skilled in fashion designing sometime in 2019 after I had graduated from the university. And that is one disadvantage of fashion designing. It took me a lot of time to learn, and if you're someone that doesn't have patience, like you're not patient with things, you want something that you learn immediately, something you start making money from immediately, something that in 3 months is already packing money, giving you plenty money. No, fashion designing is not that hustle for you, because you have to take time to learn. You have to make sure you're perfect, except you want to learn small and then start collecting people's clothes and you ruin their clothes. So that is one disadvantage of going into fashion designing. It will not give you automatic money. It takes time. I would say, okay, before you start making good dresses and start making money from making dresses, let's just give it 6 months. Yes, at 3 months you can already be sewing, but to be able to confidently take people's outfits to make for them, you need about 6 months to be able to be proficient. And if you have something else you're doing, maybe you're working somewhere, I don't know if it's going to be possible for you to mix everything together, and in 6 months you're already making money and all of that. Then the second reason you should think twice about fashion designing is the fact that it takes money to set up. In those days, if you learned how to sew with 10k or 15k, you can have your sewing machine and you can start sewing for people. But I went to get my industrial sewing machine sometime in October last year, and my industrial sewing machine was around 180,000 naira, and as I speak to you, it should already be up to 200,000 naira or even more. And I saw manual sewing machine, butterfly sewing machine, which is like the standard for people who are learning how to sew, people who want to get sewing machines. Butterfly blackhead, not the industrial sewing machine, was around 80,000 naira. Like, it was so outrageous. Then 2 lion was around 65-70 if I'm not mistaken. That is a whole lot of money. So you have to consider that, how do I get a machine? Cause if you're learning fashion designing, yes, you can learn without having a machine. I learned without having a machine, but it can be very challenging, because sometimes you want to like go home and put some things into practice, but you will not be able to. You will have to wait until you go back to wherever you are learning to be able to put some things into practice. But if you had a machine at home, you can also sew during the weekends and all of that. So before you go into fashion designing, you have to consider the machine money and some other things you need, but all those other things are still very basic. But the main thing is the sewing machine. Another thing you have to consider if you are going into fashion designing is confidence. Like, gaining confidence is not easy. I know some people, they don't really have that fear. But me, I had that fear during my own time. I had to make so many clothes for myself. I had to buy so many Ankara fabrics because it was Ankara that I used to learn. I had to get so many Ankara fabrics, and I made a whole lot of clothes for myself. There was a lot of trial and error, but there was no big deal because they were my clothes, so I was not going to beat myself up or fight myself. But it takes a lot of time to gain confidence. I've seen some fashion designers say it that okay, they know how to sew, but they're still scared because you know how people can be when it comes to their clothes. Like, they can call the police for you because of their clothes, they can fight you because of their clothes, they can drag you online because of their clothes. So you need to gain a lot of confidence to be able to make outfits for people, and you can't just depend on making outfits for yourself alone, because you have to sew outfits for people of different sizes, shapes and ages. For me, the thing that helped me was that I learned with a tailor, and she had so many clients. So when she saw that I was already getting skilled in this particular handwork, she started giving me some of her customers' clothes to make for her. Like, she would just supervise me, and it helped me a lot because I made for people of different sizes, children, adults, young girls, people that had different fashion tastes and preferences. So gaining confidence is another thing. Now, another thing you actually have to consider before going into fashion designing is customers. Customers can give you headache. They can make you say, you know what, I'm not doing this thing again, I'm stopping. Like, I've had that experience nothing less than 3 times. Like, some people will talk to you in some way and you feel very, 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 very bad. I had someone one time, sometime last year, she came to me, told me she wanted to make an outfit. I gave her my prices, and the prices were very okay. Like, I see all those pages on Instagram, I see how much they sell some of those Ankara pieces and everything. I gave her prices that were way less than theirs, and that is one thing you also have to learn if you want to go into fashion designing: pricing. So I gave her the price, and this lady came back after some hours and she was like, those outfits she sent to me, she will not be sewing them with me again, that she saw it cheaper somewhere else, so she's going to be sewing to that person, but I'll still be sewing some orders for her and all of that. And that thing kind of killed my morale. But that cannot be me again. Like, something like that cannot even kill my morale again, because I have this belief, and it is the truth: everybody has the client and customer for them. If you cannot pay me for my services, then you have a tailor for you, and whenever the person that can pay me for my services comes, I'm going to make the outfit for that person, and that person is going to be happy as long as I deliver something beautiful to that person. Yeah, so this client told me that thing and it killed my morale. I was so sad. I actually wish after she told me that thing, what I would have done is that the other clothes she said she's not going to sew again, I would have told her, all right, it's fine, you can also sew these ones with that person. Yes, that's what I would have actually done, because that is the first sign of a client that will give you headache. That is the first sign. The way she said that thing influenced the way I gave her prices for the new outfits she said she wanted to make. And it was later I now told myself that, see, this person just used your sense. This person did not go to any other designer, because some of the clothes she now told me that she gave to the other designer, she still now brought them again for me to make. She just wanted me to beat down my prices. And it was when I actually started making the outfits that I started asking myself, come, are you mad? Like, after buying the material, you have only like 1k left, and this person is frustrating you. Like, how? I started asking myself those questions. So customers can frustrate you. Some of them can tell you that they want this style, you want them. This thing is not really for your body shape and size. This thing may not really be okay for you. They will tell you that that is what they want. If you're not sewing it, leave it. By the time you sew it and it's not good for them, they are going to give you headache. Another thing is that many of them can put you under pressure. They will need an outfit in the next 2 months. They will not come to you. When it's 5 days to the time, then they will come and tell you, I need this outfit, I need it urgently. Then if you fall into that trap because you are greedy and you take the outfits, you are going to suffer. You are going to be in a hot pot of soup, because you will be under a lot of pressure, and that person will not consider the fact that they gave that outfit to you late. And if you even say, okay, pay me for express, pay me because you are bringing this outfit late, they would not want to pay you. And if you disappoint, they are going to drag you by your horn. So yeah, the next point I want to make should be like the most valid point. I saw it on the page of a YouTuber. I respect her so much. I watch her fashion videos a whole lot. Anytime I'm stuck, I just go to Sew with Ijoma, and she just comes through. Like, her tutorials are literally the best for me. So I saw this thing on her page the other day and I decided to screen munch it. I even shared it on my WhatsApp and I'm going to be reading it again. So she said, as a tailor or designer, I may attach it to this side of my screen so you can see it yourself. She said, as a tailor or designer, please prioritize your health. Take a break. Feel the earth. I know our job is so stressful and taxing, but please do not allow your clients to consume you. Once you are gone, another tailor will take your space. Leave. Then somebody commented, can I like this post 1,000 times? I was down all through June. Clients who must use their outfits picked up their fabrics to give other tailors. Life will continue with or without us. And the worst of all, out of the multitudes of trainees, only one reached out to ask how I was faring. Meanwhile, I will always be around even when my body is arguing otherwise, so that they can learn and not sit idly. So one big disadvantage of sewing is health issues. You're going to have back pain, you're going to have waist pain, you're going to have headache, your eyes will hurt, your legs will hurt. It's not like all these things will be permanent, but they can become permanent when you do it over time and if you overwork yourself. So I just feel like it just depends on you. If you can balance things up, like you know when your body is tired, you rest. You know when you have energy, you walk. But one thing about sewing is that it can be addictive and it has a spirit attached to it, except you have discipline or except you are really committed to resting and looking after yourself. The health issues are real, very real. So that is one thing you have to consider if you want to go into sewing. Yes, every handwork has its disadvantages, but I can say that the one for sewing is so high, because if you're always getting clothes and you always have to sew every day, like I think the last time I did something like this was during my sister's wedding. I sewed not during my sister's wedding, Christmas period. I sewed every day for like 1 week straight. Like on Christmas day, I was on the machine from 5 a.m. until 12 midnight. By the time I was done, my body tell me all my body was hurting, like every part of my body. I was tired, like it took me days to recover. So you have to consider the health issues. And one thing is, you have to be like, I was speaking to one of my friends that learned how to sew recently, and she was complaining that she has learned how to sew, but she's not even getting money from the sewing, that at some point she's almost regretting learning how to sew and all of that. That she told somebody to pay her 10k for a lace style, she bought appliques, bought so many things, and at the end of the day, the money she had left with her was like 1,000, 2,000. Like, don't do that. If you know you don't know how to price, if you know you're a shy person that you don't know how to tell people to bring out money, don't even venture into sewing, because you're just going to be working out yourself, and you're not even going to be seeing any reasonable result. Like, I had that issue when I first started learning how to sew. I would not charge people very well, and by the time I'm done sewing, I'm having 500 naira gain, 300 naira gain. I mean it, I'm not lying. Sometime in 2018, 2019, until when I went for youth service, I would charge people, and after sewing, I'm having 300, 500. I would always be busy. I would be sewing every day. Like you needed to see me the period before I went for youth service. I was always sewing. I was always working, but I couldn't boast of 10,000 naira. Yes, I could not gather 10,000 naira of my own and say, yes, I made this money. Even to gather 5,000 was a struggle. At that point, I even had to buy a piggy bank to start putting money inside the piggy bank to be able to see if I'll be able to boast of something huge. But I couldn't. I could not even fend for myself that much. It was so hard. So my watchword for everybody who still wants to insist on learning how to sew: know how to price very well, because at the end of the day, if you don't know how to price very well, you will find yourself working. And I have this belief, it is better for you to sew less outfits and make more money than to pack all the outfits in the world and you can't even see any tangible thing. Like, you don't need plenty customers, because once you spoil them with cheap money, they will never pay you very well again, except you change your environment. It was the change of environment that saved me from that mess I got myself into before I went for youth service, and I am wiser and stronger now. Like, it is better for you to sew less work, because the less work you do, the less stress you undergo, and you make more money. That was my New Year resolution: less stress, more money. Another disadvantage of sewing is the time aspect. Like, your social life can become a mess if you know how to sew, because you will always be on the machine from Sunday to Sunday, from January to December, if you do not know how to manage things, if you do not know how to maneuver things. And yes, it is okay to reject some jobs sometimes. Very, very okay. I learned it from the comment section of a video I made on my lifestyle channel, Chidera Giselle. Anyways, I just told you the disadvantages of sewing or fashion designing. I have told you reasons you shouldn't venture into it if you are contemplating on what to learn. But in my next video, maybe not the video following this one, but in the part 2 of this video, I'm going to be telling you why you should venture into fashion designing, the advantages of fashion designing. So if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, you're on a long thing. Subscribe to this channel, give this video a huge thumbs up, tell me your experiences in the comment section if you're a fashion designer, if you're still confused on the skills to venture into. Stay tuned to this channel. You're going to be learning a whole lot from this channel. Yeah, and watch my other videos. I have beautiful and creative videos. Follow me on Instagram, share this video, and hopefully I'm going to be seeing you in my next video. For now, bye, kiss kiss, love you.